Hi everyone, Teacher Caitlin here. We are going to read The Kindness Quilt by Nancy Elizabeth Wallace. One Friday at Sharing Circle, Minna helped Mrs. Bloom hold up a large green book. I love stories, Minna said. I do too, said Mrs. Bloom. I'm going to read an Aesop fable. Mrs. Bloom began reading. The Lion and the Mouse. Long ago, a tiny mouse was scampering through the jungle. By and by, he came upon a great lion snoozing in the tall grass. The mouse was feeling playful, so he plucked a blade of grass and tickled the lion's nose. Grrr! Roared the lion, grabbing the little mouse in his huge padded paw. What is this? An afternoon snack? Please, please, please don't eat me, begged the mouse. Someday I will do something nice to help you. Ha, 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 laughed the lion. You help me? But he let the mouse go and fell back asleep. A few weeks later, the mouse was scurrying home when he heard a terrible roar. There was his friend, trapped in a net. The little mouse gnawed on the ropes with his sharp teeth and set the mighty lion free. When the story ended, Minna sat down. Then Mrs. Bloom asked, "What's the moral of this fable?" I know, said Minna. It's about kindness. The lion let the mouse go, and later the mouse helped the lion. I think they both felt happy about being kind. Tyrone said, "It shows you can be kind whether you are little or big." Lindsay said, "We should try to do something kind every day." Dave said, "I'm kind to noodles." Yes, said Mrs. Bloom. Kindness is a good thing for all of us to practice, no matter how big or small we are. I know that you are all very kind, so let's celebrate kindness with a do and draw and share kindness project. That night, Minna told Mom, Dad, and Pip, "Mrs. Bloom wants us to do something kind, then make a picture about it and take the picture into school to share. It's a kind of kindness project." "That's a wonderful idea," said Mom. "But," said Minna, "I'm not sure what to do." "We can help you with ideas," said Dad. Early Saturday morning, before Mom and Dad got up, Minna read to Pip. "Reading me books is a good idea for your kindness picture, Minna," said Pip. Minna nodded. "But," she said, "I'm still thinking." Before lunch, Minna went with Mom to community cleanup day. "Picking up litter in the park is being kind to our earth," said Mom. "That could be an idea for your kindness picture." Minna nodded. "But," she said, "I'm still thinking." Later in the afternoon, Minna and Dad cooked creamy carrot soup for supper. Minna took a big jar to their neighbors. After supper, Minna got a pencil and paper. "Kindness, kindness," she whispered to herself. "There are lots of kinds of kindness." Dad brought Minna a snack. "Yum," said Minna. "Sharing the soup with Mr. and Mrs. Checker could be an idea for your kindness picture," said Dad. Minna nodded. "But I'm still thinking." "You can use my markers, Minna," said Pip. "Thanks." Minna started writing and drawing. Later, Mom tiptoed in. She brought Minna scissors and more paper. Minna smiled. "Thanks, Mom." Then Minna started cutting. On Sunday afternoon, Minna looked at what she had written and drawn and cut out. Picking up trash, sharing soup with your neighbors, reading books to your little brother, my family helping me. Kindness is. Suddenly, Minna knew what she wanted to do. She found her glue stick and got to work. On Monday, Minna took her artwork to school. She listened as Carrie, Tyrone, Kyle, and Lindsay shared pictures of their acts of kindness. Kindness is setting the table without being asked. Kindness is getting your dad his hammer. Kindness is sharing your toys. Yay! Cheer for the other team when your team wins. When it was Minna's turn, she held up her artwork. Ooh, Ooh, said the class. It looks like a beautiful quilt, said Lindsay. Wow, said Tyrone. If you want to, you can make yours look like a quilt too, said Minna. Great, said Mrs. Bloom. Let's get out the art materials. Kyle, Carrie, Tyrone, Lindsay, since you shared your kindness art today, you can work on your quilt squares. Minna can help. They cut and glued, then they taped their acts of kindness together. Mrs. Bloom hung the paper quilt on a small bulletin board. As the days passed, more acts of kindness happened. Maya sent a card, Esteban helped his neighbor, Amon held a door open, Dave took care of Noodles. And the kindness quilt grew until it overflowed the small bulletin board. Mrs. Bloom and the children had to move it to the big bulletin board. Look at all that kindness. As more days passed, more and more acts of kindness happened. Jadalyn was kind to Keisha. Keisha was kind to Zach. Zach was kind to AJ. AJ was kind to Minna. When the kindness quilt overflowed the big bulletin board, Mr. Cooper helped them hang the quilt on the long wall in the hall instead. Soon, other classes joined in. And the kindness kept growing and growing and growing. The end. Thanks for sharing that story with me.